but I think Manny, at this stage, can rise to that challenge and win the fight.
Or star?
I would think probably Manny Pacquiao.
He's 46 years old. He's fought more world champions than most fighters can name in their dreams. And now, with the world watching and his legacy already etched in stone, Manny Pacquiao is stepping back into the ring chasing one last night of glory. But not everyone sees this as a fairy tale return. When Bob Arum speaks, boxing listens, and what he just said about Pacquiao's comeback has fans excited, anxious, and maybe even heartbroken. This isn't some legend returning for a cash grab. This is a warrior who made history, who walked away after decades of battle, now standing on the edge of something truly dangerous. And Manny Pacquiao's former promoter and the man who helped launch him into superstardom isn't holding back. Tonight, we break it all down. The hope, the heartbreak, and the sharp warning from one of boxing's last great kingmakers.
With movement, I think he'll win by the number of punches that he throws.
Pacquiao's return isn't just another retired fighter testing the waters. It's the potential rewriting of boxing history. If he pulls this off, he won't just become the oldest welterweight champion ever. He'll become living proof that time doesn't beat every legend. Unlike most comebacks that feel like vanity projects or desperate paydays, this one hits different. Manny's not stepping into an exhibition ring overseas for nostalgia's sakes. Walking straight into a sanctioned war against WBC champion Mario Barrios, a younger, faster fighter riding high on momentum. And in the middle of all this noise, a familiar voice from the past speaks up. Bob Arum, the legendary promoter who helped shape Pacquiao's rise to super. He's not here to cheer or condemn, he's here to warn, with the authority of someone who's seen greatness pushed too far. This is more than a comeback, it's a collision of legacy and reality, of nostalgia and consequence. And when a man like Arum breaks his silence, it's because what's at stake isn't just a belt, it's history in motion, and maybe even tragedy waiting in the shadows. It didn't begin with a press conference or a dramatic announcement. It started quietly, almost privately, with a subtle shift in the way Manny Pacquiao carried himself after retiring in 2021. It was as if the ring never truly let him go, as if every round he'd ever fought still echoed in his bones, calling him back not for money, not for glory, but for something deeper, something unfinished. While the world watched him trade gloves for a suit, stepping into politics to build a new legacy for his people, the fighter never truly disappeared. Behind every speech was the rhythm of a man who wasn't done writing his story. He kept training, first in silence, then with growing intensity, sparring, conditioning, moving with the focus of someone chasing, not the spotlight, but the warrior within. So when whispers of a return began swirling in late 2023, they weren't met with disbelief, stirred curiosity, cautious excitement, the kind of buzz you feel when a legend stirs. And now, with Freddie Roach back in his corner, leaked footage of blistering MIT work and footwork that defies his age. Pacquiao isn't teasing a comeback, he's preparing for war. This isn't nostalgia, this isn't spectacle. This is a sanctioned fight against a reigning world champion. Whether it's madness or magic depends on who you ask, but the countdown has begun. And Bob Arum, the man who's seen it all, knows exactly what that means. Mario Barrios isn't a tune-up fight. He's not some cherry-picked name tossed in two-pad a legend's return. He's a dangerous, disciplined, battle-hardened WBC welterweight champion who's already proven he can handle pressure, absorb power, and return fire with the precision of youth, hunger, and momentum. He's not just younger than Pacquiao, he's from a generation that grew up watching him, studying him, admiring him. But now Barrios isn't stepping into the ring as a fan or a student, he's stepping in as the man who could retire the master for good. He's nothing like the opponents Pacquiao used to dance around a decade ago. Barrios is rangy, patient, deceptively powerful, and fully dialed into today's faster, leaner, data-driven era of boxing. He may not have Pacquiao's resume, but what he does have is youth, energy, and a burning belief that this is his moment to etch his name into history by finishing a living legend. Some say Barrios is the safe opponent for Pacquiao's return, but that thinking misses the mark, because when you're 45, returning from years away, and stepping into a title fight against a hungry champion, there's no such thing as a safe fight. Not anymore.
Big right down and miss, and there was no reaction after that.
Bob Arum has seen it all: wars waged in the ring, legends born and broken, champions dethroned in the blink of a round. And when he speaks about Manny Pacquiao, it's not as a promoter protecting a brand or a businessman chasing headlines. It's as a man who helped build the Pacquiao legend from scratch, who traveled the globe with him, sat ringside through brutal wars and unforgettable triumphs, and who understands, perhaps better than anyone, what this comeback truly risks becoming. When Arum broke his silence on Manny's return, his words weren't bitter or dismissive, they were heavy with admiration and concern. The kind that feels more like a father watching his son step into a fire he's not sure he can walk out of. He wished Pacquiao well, voiced his hope for success. But beneath the surface was a warning only insiders could truly hear. The quiet alarm of someone who knows what it looks like when a fighter's heart says go, but the body has started saying no. Arum admitted Pacquiao still looks sharp, fast hands, clean pad work, but he drew a hard line between training and reality. Sparring isn't a fight, muscle memory can't undo time. And when the lights blaze, the crowd roars, and punches come with real bad intentions, none of it can protect you. He shut down rumors of an Amir Khan fight and confirmed that Barrios is the real opponent, the real threat, and, in doing so, reminded everyone that this isn't about fantasy matchups or feel-good stories. This is a real fight, and nostalgia won't soften the blows. Arum has promoted thousands of bouts, and when he says age is undefeated, he's not trying to sound poetic, he's speaking from experience, from the pain of watching icons go one fight too far, losing not just rounds but pieces of themselves. He doesn't question Manny's courage, never has, but he questions the need, the timing, the wisdom of stepping back into danger when one wrong move could echo forever. And maybe the most powerful part of his statement wasn't what he said. What he didn't beg Pacquiao not to do it. He knows Manny wouldn't listen. But by speaking up, by voicing both hope and fear, he held up a mirror to the sport itself. A mirror that shows not just a legend chasing glory, but a brutal truth. Boxing still doesn't know how to let its heroes walk away before they get hurt. And in that reflection, Arum sees history threatening to repeat in this time. He's hoping someone listens before the bell rings.
In that age, you can't keep taking punches to the head without it affecting you as you get old. I mean, I really worried as far as Manny is concerned.